Welcome to another Mastt tutorial. I'm Jake, and today we're exploring the schedule module. So the schedule module is a powerful tool that allows you to import schedules from Microsoft Project or Primavera, create your own custom schedules, and then visualize your project timeline in various formats, both in the schedule module and in the dashboard. So when you first access the schedule module, it's going to look like this. You'll have a large drop zone up here to import your Microsoft Project or Primavera P6 files. You can go through and use some specific templates. So we have some standard templates we have created. You can also create custom ones working with our customer support team. We can also go through and add in activities manually. So one of the things that we really want to emphasize is specifically for Microsoft Project, it needs to be an XML file. We can't read the native Microsoft Project files directly. So if you go ahead, you'll notice you can click just here, and this will bring up a demonstration of exactly how to export a Microsoft Project file. Now, there are a couple of different ways that you can go through and import one of these files, either an XML or a .xer file if it's Primavera. You can click just there, and it'll bring up the just a file selector. Or you can just click and drag your XML directly onto here. And what it will do is it will come up with the task chooser. So these are the tasks you want to bring across into Mastt as an activity. It's important to note that you'll always select the very first level. I will always recommend unselecting that because the item you select will be the activity, and then the parent item will be the phase. For example, if we left it with these selected, these will all be brought in under a Project 1 phase as that activity. Not a great idea, so I always recommend opening it up and selecting the relevant activities. This is a relatively small Microsoft Project file I've got here, so I'm just selecting everything nice and easily. But if it's a really big one, it's always good just to think about what is relevant to your clients, what's the most important thing that you need to bring into Mastt for reporting. And so once you've done that and you've gone through, you selected what's important, let's go through and click on Import. There we go. As you can see, it's all been brought in. The great thing is that now you can make a lot of the changes you need to make in Mastt without having to constantly re-import your Microsoft Project files. So let's say, for example, construction work. You want to make a couple of changes to that. You can click directly on there, and you can go through and you've got the editable thing. But let's say you want to start grading starting and ending activities. Cool. Project kickoff meeting. I want to toggle that one as the start, and I'll hit save. And then I'll go down the bottom to project handover and hit completion. These drive some tiles on the dashboard. But imagine that there's been a delay in the construction work. I can go through, select all of these, and then we now have this bulk edit option up here. Once we've done that, so we can go there, we can either move the dates, set the status, phase, delete, or we could also select to unselect all. But I want to move the dates because there was a 7-day delay in construction work on the planned completion date. So we're going to go through and move that out. So we hit move dates just here. We get this. It then asks how many days or months later or earlier we want to do it, and which day to apply it to. Is it the start date, baseline, or planned completion date? I'm going to just do planned completion date, and I'm going to hit move dates. And now that's gone through and changed the planned completion date for all of these just there. That's 7 days for all of those activities, which you can see. And now we just hit save. Now I'm just going to go through and unselect all. Now, across the top, we've got all of our different visualization options. So we've got this activities view just across here. Then you've got your more standard Gantt view. We've got our schedule worm and also a phases chart. So with the schedule worm, as you can see, we've got these red 7s to the left of all these activities. That's the delay that I just put in. So it's showing there is going to be a 7-day delay. And you can also see you've got either completed, in progress, or not started. And you can also hit none. If you don't want to see any charts, you just want to see this layout. In terms of other things which you can do, you can go through and you can sort them. So it won't change the order that they're displayed on any of these charts, but you can go through and you can sort by the start date, or you can sort by baseline completion date, planned completion date, or by status. This is a really simple one, so it's actually not going to go ahead and make many changes, but you can also go click and drag to move these around. And make sure you hit save. Now, let's say you want to go ahead and just re-import another Microsoft project file. Import MS Project P6 or one of our templates. And then again, as normal, just click and drag, and it'll bring across the exact same one that I had before. Now, you do need to go through and reselect all the activities you want to bring across. And then if you hit import, it will ask if you're okay with overwriting everything. So this will delete any changes that you have made. So just bear in mind that that will happen. And if you hit continue, it will go through and override that. And then you just need to go through and hit save. Cool. So one of the really cool things that you can do is you can also go through and just add in your own activities. So you've imported your MS project file. Maybe you want to go through and you're creating a schedule from scratch, or you want to go through and just add in your own activities. So if you go add activity, it will just go through and ask you to fill in name, phases, what status it's got, and all these bits of information here. And you can also go through and you can use one of our standard templates. This will just ask you what your project start date is. So if I select today, import template, it will override everything, and it'll put in a very standard template that we have got, but you can also go through and create your own custom templates, as mentioned, by working with our customer support team. One of the other really cool things that we've got is the ability to add in icons. These are really useful for highlighting your really important activities. So maybe that's with the red exclamation point. Maybe there is something which requires people input with the purple person icon. Maybe it's cost related. So you've got your green cost thing. And then you can also use these to filter on dashboard tiles. So you can filter specifically to only show things with this green icon just here. Or you might want to filter to only show your really important ones with the exclamation mark. So you can go through and customize this to go through and put in whatever information is really important to you. Awesome. Now, one of the other things which you do also have the option to do is you can hit this create report button. This will go through and create a standard dashboard template that we have created so that you can go ahead and have a schedule report made really, really quickly. But that's how you can manage your project schedule in Mastt. So whether you're importing from Microsoft Project or Primavera, building a schedule from scratch, the schedule module gives you the flexibility to visualize and track your project timeline effectively. So in our next video, we're actually going to go through how the risk module, how you can manage project risks in Mastt. But thank you so much for watching.